Hi everyone, this is Lisa from Low Cooking Rubber Stand. My last tutorial I was showing you how to make a lace card. Isn't that cute? And then today I am actually going to use the same stamp or Kodak Moment stamp set. I am going to show you how to create this slider card. This slider card is a little bit different with the slider card that we all learned before. I'm going to show you a technique that makes this slider card so easy to make. Let's start it. Okay, so the material list, we are going to use the Kodak Moment stamp set, and we also going to use a matching die set, the words background. Also for the Kodak Moment, I have those three set different doggy set, so I'm sure you can find something that's cute and fun to catch that moment. So I'm going to just use one of the doggy for my photos. Okay, first we are going to working on this part. I want to cut this part so that way I know I can pull in something. So how to get the perfect layering? In my previous tutorial, I was sharing how to get the perfect window layering, but in this tutorial, just a nice reminder. So I have a two square die cut. If you don't have it, ruler and craft knife always does the job. So you don't have to have it. So we're going to use the large one just to find the place in the middle of the cardstock, and then you are going to use a washi tape to tape it. Okay, and then just make sure you secure your tape nicely, and you're going to run to the machine, and then you are going to die cut it, and then that's what it look like, right? And after you die cut it, you are going to just use the one you already cut as your guiding, and then you're going to put the small one on top, and then you are going to tape it again. Okay, make sure they are nice and secure, and then you're going to run through the machine, and remember, open this card, otherwise you're going to cut both sides. So that's going to become like this. And then it's the one thing that when I found the run to the machine, because I just have a regular big shot, and then it just barely made it. But if you find this a little bit tight, you can just move a little bit to the bottom, and then but if you can, it's still find too small, what I will do is I am going to just use a pair of scissors. I kind of just pushing around that die cut line, and then will die cut it. But it will made it. These techniques is only good for very simple line. So a very simple line, and then you can use it without the die cut machine. Okay, and next we are going to use a VersaFine and use this gray color number 902. The lighter color go to the lighter gray, and then the VersaFine black go to the foundation card. So I'm going to just fast forward, just stamp all the image on top. I love using VersaFine because look, the camera image is really detailed, and the VersaFine just can't get that all the detail out. Okay, so next we are going to create those kind of like slides or like an instant photo. It's very easy. So you just grab a piece of paper. It's 2.25 by 2.5, and then we are going to use a die cut. It's a square die cut. So just cut the piece of paper, leave a little bit room on the bottom, and after that you just place the acetate in the back. Okay, and I already pre-colored this little cute doggy, and then we just put our slides on top of that picture, any place you want, and then you just use a pencil, mark the place you're going to cut it. Okay, so it doesn't have to fit like a whole picture, just part of picture that will do. And then when you trimming it, just trim it a little bit small, like this. And you just tape it. Okay, now we are going to working on the sliding part. Have you make any slider car before? I did. I have, and then I remember when I make a slider car, I was make like an egg shape and the cutting, gluing. That's a little bit complicated. Today I'm going to show you the most easiest way to make a slider car, only with 2 cuts. So you are going to open your main car, and then you are going to find you're going to draw 2 lines. So I'm going to just leave 1 inches on the top. Okay, so you use the pencil, and then that way you can easily erase it. And from the bottom, 2 inches. Okay, and draw the line here, and then 1 inch each side. Okay, just do a little bit. Okay, see that 4 dots? That's the place we are going to die cut it. Not die cut, sorry. We are going to use the exact knife to cut it. Okay, and next, I want you to use exact knife, and then go do maybe just a 0.1 millimeter, just cut the parallel line. We want to kind of create some kind of space between these cut line. See, on the bottom line is I just cut it, and then now I'm going to add the other 0.1 millimeter, try to open that area. Okay, and then next, you are going to prepare a Ziploc bag or any kind of plastic bag. Try to looking for a little bit thicker, not a very thin one. And then you're going to cut the open area is a 2.5 inches. So, and then I think 2.25. And then you're going to just have a piece of plastic. It is around the 2 inches. So you can make it a little bit longer, it's okay. And then we are going to trim it. Just if your bag have this kind of folding area, we want to lose that part. We don't want to use that part because that part when we slide it is going to stop it. So we are going to just loosen that folding line. So that's what's look like. And then you're going to just insert from the front. Okay, like this. And then from the back, try to keep your plastic flat. Okay, and then again, just push in the front. So this is going to create a bell. So it's going to slide in the car, and then we are going to just tape it together. Try to have as little as the overlapping area if you can, because that overlapping the area when you like a turning sliding is going to stop, you know, turning. So try to just use try to have as less as a gap you can, and then give a little bit gap. Don't make it too tight. Okay, so that's what the belt look like. You can kind of use your finger kind of turning it, and then they actually move. Okay, and then next is I already put the double side tape on my photo. You only need a little bit on the top, and then you are going to just tape, okay, like this, and then you can try to slice down, slice up. See if it's moving or not. Okay, is it actually move very smoothly, and then push back. Okay, and then now you are going to insert the button, put the tape on the button, and then you're going to put on top of the back of that belt. Okay, so that's how you work. Okay, and then you can find that my insert is actually a little bit too high, so maybe I have to trimming a little bit, or we can just leave like that, depending on what do you like. If you don't like it, is it too out, like too pop out, you want it perfectly fit, you can just fix it. But Or what we can do is we can just remove this part, okay, and then put a little bit lower. That will do too. So just to figure it out, which way will work. Okay, I actually trimming a little bit gap and make sure they are perfectly fit. It totally depends on what you like. Okay, and now we're going to seal the back. So you just have this piece of cardstock is a 4 by 5.25, and well, actually we shouldn't put the tape on the top because that way my sliding is not going to work. So only on the two side and on the bottom. The top we have to keep it open. Okay, so just put on top. Perfect. And then that's see, it works just fine. Okay, just like that. Okay, I think maybe here I have to kind of open because it's kind of stopped. Okay, so here is what I did is I just use a craft knife to kind of open the area, okay, and then make sure it's sliding. Is that cute? Okay, and now we are going to put the front piece kind of hiding that sliding car. And here is a great tip I would like to share with you, because we have this kind of slider, right? So I kind of have to raising up a little bit the front page, otherwise it's going to be too tight and then it's not going to slide smoothly. So what we're going to do is, this is the foam tape. Usually they are probably like a 2mm thickness. So what I do is I actually glue two pieces together to make the height a little bit thicker. So this is what you're gonna do. You are going to just like depend how long you need it, and then you kind of just folding it, okay, and then trimming it. So that way you still have your protection in the front and the back, just like that. And then you can decide how much you want. So I am going to just trimming this one into half. And then in the end, I'm going to just trimming a little bit. So that way you double the thickness. And we're going to just put the one on the right, one on the left. Okay, something like that. And then we are going to just put it directly on top. And then if you like, you can put this one on top, or you can put more foam tape on the bottom. Okay, so one more thing before I show you my finished product is like this Kodak moment die cut. Local Kings die cut, we have a lot of pre-cut. You can see this one is actually raising up, right? So when you die cut it, after you cut it, you will find out some small pieces they actually like cut off. So that's the part of the design, because I want to be able to make like a 3D, like this one. I just put a little foam tape under to make like a 3D, and also those dotting like create some kind of texture. But if you don't want it, it's very easy. So if you just want to keep there, all you have to do is just use a piece of regular tape in the back. So that way they will stick there, like these some of these little dots. You can poking it, make it see through, loose it. If you don't want to lose, like this one there, you can just put the tape. So that just give an option. You want like an extra option. You want to do it, you don't want to do. So it's not defect item. Okay, just one extra feature that you can play with it. Okay, so that's today's tutorial. Isn't that cute? Okay, oops. There you go. Nice and smoothly. So this is a new way that I create a slider car, and I think it's much easier than the H shape, just two cutting and they will do the job. So I hope you like it. Do you have a great stamping technique you like to share? If you do, send me an email, let me know, and I will create a tutorial to share your great idea, your great tips, great techniques, and I will credit to you. So this is Lisa from Local King Rubber Stand. We have a more tutorial coming soon. Stay at home if you don't have to go out, and keep calm and stay safe. See you next time. Bye.